All right, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, magical beings of all ages, welcome to I am Hayes the Oracle, and this is Spain the Yellow Butterfly. And if you haven't known already or by now, you couldn't tell, we are tarot card readers, spirituality, spiritual warfare, knowledge, and so forth. Today we will kick off this reading in this video by starting with crystals. Always be strapped up spiritually. I'm going to let everybody know now. I don't remember all these crystals' names, all these stones' names.
Amazonite, amethyst, selenite. And one is an egg something. It says something egg. Balances out your masculine and feminine energy. I guess I'd ask the question, why do you know? Not why do you, we're interested in intuition. Not why do you think, why does your soul have these particular stones? And not,
my soul has these particular stones so I can balance my masculine and feminine energy. So I can follow my intuition. So I can have luck and abundance. It's an amethyst. We all know what the amethyst does.
Newborn babies don't know what an amethyst is.
And this is for enhancing abilities, not only enhancing abilities, but other things that my mind is going blank about right now. This is for and this It's for emotional trauma to heal from and protect you from negative energy.
What do you mind if I share why my soul connects with these stones?
Go ahead, baby.
So the stones that he showed you, they are important to me because they help me recognize and realize I don't need to become dependent on them. They're basically enhancing stuff that's within me, but bringing it out. But this beautiful Amazonite, which has been my best friend, um, it's been helping me release a lot of emotional traumas. I did a release spell where I had had to start healing from an abusive ex, as well as a toxic, codependent frenemyship, and that was just the beginning because I was finally healed. But this stone is helping me be able to communicate in a universal way. That person that's not good for you, that thing that's not good for you, or the addiction that's not good for you, helps me to connect with okay, these are the emotions I'm feeling, boy. Also, I have felt brave with that stone because I'll go outside and I'll be surrounded by energy vampires, but not really. They'll be like yards away from me, and it helps me heal from the emotional trauma of being backstabbed repeatedly, over and over. So that way, I learn not to fear what others are trying, can try to do. Um, and I don't expect the worst in all, just because I don't know people's intentions. But that stone is good for helping me not let my emotions cloud my judgment. I don't exactly remember what this is for, but I feel very serene holding it. So my soul needs serenity. This stone helps me be able to balance out my unique masculine and feminine energy, which is beautiful. I'm in tune with my own masculine and feminine energy levels instead of basing them off what somebody else may say is healthy. And the amethyst uh, helps me have good dreams. Me prone to nightmares. Also psychic my dreams. This beautiful stone has helped me feel abundant in joy and peace and happiness. And that is important to me. That's my version of wealth, joy, peace, and happiness. And this beautiful selenite is helping me to learn how's my intuition sound. My intuition, I'm nurturing it just like a baby. So I can get to know it from creation, gestation, and grow up with it. It's never too late to get to know your intuition. And that's why my soul connects with these stones. And I asked that question to both of us because it's important that you know what your soul means and what serves your soul. So if you find something, anything that serves your soul, keeps you high vibrational, elevated, then really get intimate with yourself and ask, how does this serve my soul? Why does my soul need this? And I'm done.
And with that said, welcome to our family. Today, today is our first YouTube video. Not our first video, period, but our first YouTube video. So, bear with us, like and subscribe. Um, I'm gonna get into the first general reading with the oracle cards. Go ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna switch this off. So
Off and on, baby. That is.
yes, off and on. Um, so as always, our readings are timeless. If it resonates with you, hit the like button. If it doesn't, that's okay. Let's see. Source and spirit, all angels to guide us as we do these readings. Let everybody and everything in this life we get the answers they are seeking. We do this out of love and light. And we just want to thank you for everything you do, everything you have done, will do, and don't do. I am everything without you. I will be. Let's do it. General readings. First card is Earth. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it. I'm feeling you guys are not from here, and I mean not from here. You're from a different realm, a different planet. You have come to Earth, and you have to know how to be human, but know that you're not. Next card is loosen your grip, coping mechanism. density, addiction, let God in, spirit and source are asking you, how can you loosen your grip on the world, on whatever you're holding so tightly to? It can be, I'm feeling you guys are holding tightly on to being human and you know you're different.
Of the human experience, perhaps.
Hmm.
Letting the hardships of the human experience weigh you down.
And your last card is jump in, adventure, say yes to change, and energy. I'm feeling to the universe for you don't know what it's going to bring you. I hear it's going to bring you nothing but blessing. The universe wants you to jump into it. The universe wants you to say yes to change, take adventures, do something new. You know, you're different. You should loosen up your grip on that and say yes to change, take adventure, do your thing. Ain't nothing to be afraid of. The universe got your back.
May I say something?
Go ahead.
I believe the change that is referring to is developing a new perspective on the human experience.
Okay, 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 okay. Would you like to go into detail?
Well, what I got from it, may I see your beautiful cards?
Go ahead.
We're learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. What I picked up was that, there's something bigger than what you're experiencing in this human body, and you don't really know how to explain it. You feel it deeply. Loosen your grip. However, the experiences you're having, it's keeping you off balance, off focus of what you really came here to do. And it's frustrating because you're saying you're high with your humanity. It seems like a big change, but you are strong enough to do it. What do you think about that? I just got a little more specific.
No, it's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. So go ahead. Do it.
My name is Yellow Butterfly, and I say it's nice to have a different crowd with us today. We had a different platform we were going off of, and the energy there was so scattered. It was very frustrating, must I say the least, on that channel. And energy here is much more versatile. Still, energy is energy, so it's on to be here. So, the reading I'm going to be doing, having it is what it is. If you want to see it straight, a lot of thoughts about we're in the Scorpio season. I don't know why I was thinking Gemini, but we're in Scorpio season. And it's time for everyone to go deeper than you've been before, so that the old you can die and the new you can be born. We're constantly in a cycle of life and death, and I feel it's quite beautiful. That means old ways of thinking are going to change. Let's say one day you say, I believe in this, and you change your mind. That's totally normal. That's actually acceptable, perfectly okay. Part of evolving is learning that it's okay to say something that you won't always believe in. Maybe that thing you said could help someone else in that moment. So, how can we give me I saw the first message and I said, what? If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. How can we I'm trying to think of a way to say it realistically. Become one with the Scorpio season. So we have wars and spiritually. Let's communicate our beliefs as in the past. And something tells me you should elaborate on that because I have an inkling of what that means, but if you could cover the spiritual aspect, communicate your beliefs as you did in the past. I believe it's referring to when you were innocent, an innocent child.
Okay. So, like she said, spiritually communicate your beliefs as you did in the past. Feeling some of you guys communicate your beliefs. Those who believe in the oneness, those who believe in the universe, not just God, Jehovah, Lord and Savior. Um, we're living in a time now where the veil has been lifted and everybody is awakening. So everything that everything on your beliefs that you may have been taught are out of the window. Real shit. So it's time to open up your mind. It's time to expand your mind like it once was. Don't be afraid to communicate what you believe because what you believe is important. Just like what I believe is important. Just like she believes, just like you watching right now. What you believe is important. Communicate it just like you did in your past. It can be when you were younger. It can be 5 minutes ago.
For me, my best time of communication was when I was a young child. I was happy and joyful. I would smile through the face of adversity. And I would I would say something that I experienced, and people would look at me in disbelief because how can she be so happy? When I spoke with joy was when I best communicated experiences. So it's time for me to the jaded part and connect back to my happier, full girl self. And that's just personally for me. How do you feel you're being called to communicate your beliefs as you did in the past on a spiritual level, specifically for you?
I'm being called to say it like I usually do, to say it like how it is, like ripping a band-aid off. Like, for example, spiritual warfare is real. The things that you see on TV that go bump in the night are real, but they're not like they're on TV. Um, what more can I say?
You're being called to be frank, blunt, the way that you do it, not in the way that the world thinks frank is, but in the way that you necessarily do it.
Right.
Then you do it and I do it, and we communicate with each other in a way that is healthy and positive and loving to each other if we feel the other's not doing
Right. Not only to each other, but to them at home too.
Okay. Can prepare. Yes, prepare for the school year. Scorpio season because it's going to be a big life and death. And if you're not going with the natural, you're going to really feel that pressure, the impact of the pressure of staying. It's like it's like I'm trying to describe. I have this image in my head. Like imagine you're in a grave and there's no air there.
Oh, like
Time.
you you always breathing.
Okay. Yep, that's a good way to describe it. So mentally, let us analyze the cost of your home base or your family. And do you mind if I can express how I feel about that and then I ask it?
It's all you, baby.
And then also we're gonna use specific examples for ourselves so that somehow you'll be able to realize, oh, okay, that won't work for me, but what will work for me is this, stuff like that. So, the cost of your home base or your family, I believe it is saying what is it that's needed to maintain your home stability, whatever it is that will keep you in an equilibrium in your home. If your home is you and your cat, then what do you need for you and your cat specifically? If your home is you and your life partner, or time to myself to regroup, then think about it. Like, for example, do I have the time to myself that I need? No, I'm around people a lot. Well, is that by choice or because I have to be? Well, if it's because you have to be, is it because you're working? So if you have to be around people, how can you make it so that this is going to work for you? If you have to make a change, and that means looking for work that best suits you, then take baby steps to find new work, perhaps. But if this is a place for you to grow and build, then that's beautiful. What is it that you can change? Is it talking less to the nosy, chatty coworkers next to you? That way you can come home and have some more energy. So, my example as well. Mentally, I'm realizing that my home, how I can contribute to my home and my family, is you know me well. What is it that you notice? What is it I contribute?
Peace of mind. Not only peace of mind, but clarity, cleansing,
Okay.
cleanliness.
Well, for me to maintain that, I have to release emotional traumas. This is why this is my favorite stone. And also, it really keeps energy vampires away. And so I'm consistently releasing negative emotions that come. Oof. So that in the face of adversity, I am graceful. That means I have to communicate my emotions a lot more than I used to admit them and acknowledge them to the average being. Before I used to just be like, no, my feelings don't matter, and I was full of anxiety. But now I'm also learning that just because I need to communicate my emotions does not mean I can just be like, well, you did this and you did that. I also have to be mindful.
Imagine.
You're right. I also have to be mindful that communicating with him, he has specific communication requirements. And the more I take my time to get to know him, I will see what's a healthy manner to communicate with him. So, yesterday or was it this morning, he was communicating with me from doing what my mother did to me by telling me to speak a certain way because she could only understand me if I spoke the way she wanted me to because she didn't take the time to slow down to understand that we communicate completely different. The whole time I held this stone, oh my gosh, I love the Amazonite.
What?
I did, remember? I held the stone the whole time. And
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I
and
remember.
even though I felt pressure, not from him, but from emotional trauma that was coming up, wounds that were being healed, and it was heavy. I breathed it through it, and I communicated with him in a way where he would not feel attacked. Because in my
Ah,
past, others have psychologically manipulated me or physically abused me so that I would speak the way they wanted me to, or I would negatively influence the situation after they had to abuse me to do it. So I had, I'm aware that he's not doing that to me. And the negative emotions that are coming up asking to be healed, I had to be realize, okay, breathe through it because the emotions are there and I cannot let them run me. So, for me to have a healthy partner to communicate with these emotions, I have to maintain the equilibrium to be healthily present. That when the emotions from my past come up, I breathe through them because they're going to come, but I know that that is not my reality. But for me to provide peace of mind, clarity, I have to communicate healthy emotions healthily, positively, and lovingly to those that I trust in a healthy, positive, loving manner so that I can receive it. And if someone shows me that they don't have those qualities, then I'm just not going to communicate with them because that offsets my equilibrium. That means when I go outside and if I'm talking to someone and they're basically, we're not on the same, we're not in the same place to receive equal energy exchange, I'm not going to put myself in that position, in that predicament, to get frustrated, to let my emotions misperceive what really is happening.
Forgive me, guys. I'm nervous a little bit.
I
All the
like your
energies
humility,
and
but it's better energy than Facebook, right?
how fucking yeah. Um, I'm normally not this quiet.
Uh-uh.
So, all right.
Do you know what it is? For the first time, it's like more positive energy than negative. And because we're moving from so much negative energy to positive energy, it's like someone threw water in our face. Wasn't like the negative energy is like having water thrown in our face, and we're just like, okay, I could have did it myself. But like this wave of more positive energy, it's like being at the beach and a wave hitting you, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like right now, I'm getting my feet wet, and for a water sign as of myself, it's pretty good to get my feet wet. So with that said, going back to the mentally analyze the cost of your home base or your family. Um, I take it as that one second, one second.
All the time you need, and no more apologizing, please. Communication isn't supposed to be perfect. It's just supposed to be natural.
Analyze the cost of your home base or your family.
How you interpret it is how you interpret it. There's
I interpret this as the way I analyze the cost of my family and my home base, and I don't take the cost as in like money wise or like things of that nature. I take it as like what am I bringing to the table? Like like I analyze the cost of happiness that my home base and my family brings to me. Does that make sense?
Does it make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Then don't ask me.
No.
Really, in communication, it needs to make sense to you. I just need to be open to receiving your message. And if I don't understand it, I just simply need to communicate that with you. So just explain it and just express yourself the way you would express yourself if you had been taught the way you would express
All right.
yourself
So
if you hadn't been taught the way to speak in this world.
so with that saying, meaning that I don't overanalyze the cost of my family. I don't overanalyze my home base as in I don't overthink of the negativities that my home base has or that my family can bring. I think I analyze the positivities. So so meaning happiness, enjoyment, um, fulfillment, that nature, and that realm, that court. Um, what's next?
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
And also, I'm working on communication wise. I received your message, and even if I felt it, but I'm open to what you're saying. Don't look at what makes your family your family as something like I'm losing something. You look at it as a gain all the way around.
Yeah.
So the lessons that you learn from your sacrifice for your family, or that when you put out and invest for your family, it brings you complete utter bliss and joy. That's what I got from it. And even if you don't understand
Because
it
that's exactly what I was.
in that moment, what's happening, you trust the process. That's what I picked up. To help us really, I'm gonna just say enjoy even Virgo season. Virgo can be a little bit rough and tough on some, but I actually enjoy Virgo season. So let's enjoy every season. Let's get our head out of the gutter and stop saying, "Well, Scorpio season, we're gonna have some bomb, you know what?" Let's just really go deeper. Let's not where physically let your mind tell you how to use the most direct way and do what makes you feel secure. Let me slow down. Let your mind tell you how to use the most direct way and do what makes you feel secure. What stood out to me was most starting, which is pretty big for me because before I used to try to go be past. Now I'm learning how to be upfront about things. In the manner of speaking, when it comes to acknowledging a solution needed for a concern of mine, if I don't go deep enough, I think of certain to occur. And for this person, and this one is telling, even if it takes 12 years, find a solution, say 6 months, and just to get to another unnecessary step that can be avoided, and some adding up, it could take longer. They could take, basically, it could take maybe less time, but the emotional baggage that comes with it is just heavy for no good reason. So if the both solution, let's say it takes me 10 years, but and that's the best way to do it, and I just need to get to the root of it and start and prepare for it and focus on that solution and be open to change. But at the same time, use the most direct way. So that's why that stood out. Then I think of, because my cancer money needs to go secure. The security in me needs to know that if I do this, I'm still going to have peace of mind. I'm still going to, I, have a certain high level of accountability. It's on the rug. I'm pretty open about my progress. Let your mind tell you. I'm still learning to trust my intuition, just point on. So it's like, and I'm still making peace with the things in my mind that I still question, is it something from emotional trauma that is distorting what I'm feeling or how I'm viewing it? Or am I viewing it in the correct manner? So basically, I'm just going to say just do it. And I'm just going to trust the process. How do you feel about that one?
Um, and just keep it real and raw with y'all. Let your mind tell you how to use the most direct way, feel secure. So basically, if I don't like that you're doing something, I don't like and my mind tells me to go tell you to fuck yourself, I will tell you to go fuck yourself. And I will cut you off and keep to myself. It's how my mind tells me to do things. If I gotta like my wife said, if you gotta cut the snake off the head, cut that motherfucking head off right the fuck now. it doesn't have to be that way either. It can be like if you're at work and your boss tells you to do something a certain way, and you know that you can do it a better way because your boss says you can do it this way because you better lift the box, take it under, and pull it over. That's what you would do. That's what you should do. Anybody else tell you otherwise?
You feel better now since you're like not trying to go.
Yeah, I feel way much better.
Yeah, we were. Uh,
Some ice, please don't.
Maybe I think it is.
All right.
It's not the same crowd that we. So yeah, you guys are basically almost everything we knew. I really got rid of almost. I really only kept one thing from our life, and he's kept just a couple of things, but we're still healing from people around that we brought with us.
Just a little background for you guys. We came up and we were homeless, and we climbed our way to the top. We climbed our way out. So just like them, you guys will not glow up.
And that was you. We had expectations, which where we're at is a bit very, very low vibrational. So if you are blessed when you run into a high vibrational being, who's in it's like it's so low vibrational here. I'm keep 100. Um, that is like I mentally and emotionally remind myself to not judge the next person I'm speaking to, but I also have discernment to not, give everybody the benefit. I am holding myself accountable because I feel the energy is different here. So I'm aware I have to have a different approach when speaking with this youth versus the audience we came from. We're transitioning. And you need to hold yourself accountable because I'm seeing you're getting triggered and it's something and it's nothing personal, it's just this is not.
Oh,
So you know how
like this with the people.
what I'm talking about the quantum. Train yourself, on meeting. I know that I'm here, you know, but the people that I'm communicating with here, it's like if I give that to that Facebook page, that gracefulness, it will be misinterpreted and it will. So that's what I'm saying. Breathe through it.
Me, I just gotta get comfortable.
Well,
So
okay then. Well, I'll help you. But when
okay, can
only rule is no apologizing
right.
and no trying to speak what's the word politically correct. Just go, just be. Put it closer
Okay.
to you. because you look blind. I know. Ooh, glaucoma.
All right. So spirit.
Wait, I was having the most weirdest thing in my head.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
It's
whoa,
like
whoa.
I was like I'm thirsty and I saw the candle and I was like, let me lift it up and
And drink it. Imagine you was like, all of the kids. Why? Why?
okay, my bad.
Okay, so like no way, no way.
You ever been so start seeing mirages and shit, and then you just oh shit, and then that clarity kicks in. Like I kind of gotta get it together. Okay.
All right. So spiritually, the awareness of resources to maintain what makes you feel secure, meaning be aware of your resources to maintain that, game, stay ahead of the game.
Can I
So
say
like,
something? Oh, when you're ready.
so like, if you have them, don't be afraid to use them at all. If you have any other resources, don't be afraid to use them, especially if they make you feel secure.
Also, don't say you don't have any feelings in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude is a resource for you to maintain your security. And how we're in a world where we want to attract what we desire for our hearts to be happy, joyful, light. And how can you attract those things and you don't feel bad if your heart light? That's normal. You've been in the world that said it's normal for you to be deprived of what you need and that you're always in a rat race. But that's the biggest illusion ever. So, gratitude, I'd love to say that.
Good,
Gratitude for
good.
what you have is going to be very important. Even if you feel like I really need some gas in my car and I'm on E and I have to get to work. And if I say that I'm running late one more time, the management team, we should probably plug this in.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to basically give me a warning. You can't keep being late. Someone will love your job right now, and it's like just about a year ago. It's going on here, and thank you, Big Daddy. And be grateful, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just felt like I had to say it.
I mean, one bit.
But the way I was misinterpreting this was these are the gifts awarded. Don't look at gifts as we're giving out a free deck of cards. Look at gifts as wisdom, stepping stones, blocks to get to where you're going to get to. Because if you are the individual who applies the work, all you need is the wisdom, and you get it and you apply it. And awareness is wisdom. I just had to put that in there. Keep
Good,
going.
good. All right. So next is mentally. Mentally, many thoughts about or from the practicality of support. So I'm feeling, don't be afraid of what others think about or the thoughts of others when you ask for help, when you ask for support. Because practically, you may need help. You know, let's say you're out of gas. Hey, can you take me somewhere?
But don't you have
Or
a car?
or do you have like
I
a few
don't.
dollars so I can put gas in my car? I don't got it right now.
If
Or
anyone looks at you like you're nuts, okay, let's be honest. With COVID, a lot of people are resources they have because they feel they cannot live the lifestyle they once lived. So they're overlooking almost everything that they. And if you're asking for help, and if someone is trying to undermine you by look, we are all going through it. I can't help you. I need this last couple of dollars for myself. And you know goodness well that they are abundant and they don't even recognize it and they're taking it for granted. Don't take it personal. If you get upset, just you go do the that. Don't take it personal if they're not there to help you. No one owes you anything. And this is where the spiritual one, where you recognize your resources. Well, I do know how to do arts and crafts. I can start selling arts and crafts and put some gas in my car. And even if I don't have all the gas, a full gas tank of gas, I'm happy with what I have. There's so many ways that could go asking for help.
mm-hmm.
Also, something else, if you ask for help, let's be honest, and then you warn your welcome out, do not be upset if someone says no. You're supposed to learn something from this.
No, what I'm getting in my head, spirit hero support. Remember hero support from that movie? From How High? No, not How High. Um this school with the superheroes. And it was a Disney movie.
I was thinking Mystery Man, but
No,
I don't.
no. That super movie, and like his mom and dad were like top A superheroes, and then like he didn't have any powers to end.
I haven't seen it. It sounds awesome. I want a new tablecloth. But yeah, I
Me
haven't
too.
seen it. It sounds awesome.
And they had hero support, and the hero support was like the sidekicks. Bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all because sidekicks will fucking save the day. Don't get me wrong.
But just a label. Sometimes I'm a sidekick. Sometimes he's a sidekick. We
Hmm.
just switch it off because we know the importance of staying in our lane. We know the importance of fulfilling our individual roles. So if I'm supposed to be a sidekick or he's supposed to be a sidekick, and we're trying to play the main hero and shit goes awry, then it's just like, okay, let's learn from this.
Sky High.
Someone knows what you're talking
I
about.
think it's Sky High. If anybody knows, put it in the comments.
Wait, before you move on, if you get a no during this time, keep asking.
Hmm.
I was also going to say help yourself first on all levels. So do not let that deter you. Keep going. Keep asking for help because you and they're trying to make you feel like, well, this logically doesn't add up. Yeah, when I ask for help, they're going to be like, well, that worked out better than I thought it would. Who helped you? And people who don't have your best interest at heart, we all. But that's where anywho, that's just my little spiel.
Love it.
Really, really,
Really. Second
mm,
place.
mm,
And last but not least, physically, productivity, home base, or family. I'll read that one more time. The productivity of your home. I'm getting there are a lot of things being said about the results in your productivity of your house and your family, which is a good thing. Which is a very good thing. I'm here.
Scorpio season where you have to let the old die. And if we put all our
And searching for purpose.
purpose, so like the way
I'm sensing,
I broski, and this will play.
yes, it will.
cold-hearted, cruel, and bitter, and then also look up, put it together. And it's supposed to help them learn and grow. Three of Wands. Oh, forgive me. Looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. Ooh, so bitter and expansion. What if this is what they're doing to themselves, head over heart? But if the heart is saying, I want to grow, I want to grow, but the head, and I'm not saying perspective, because what they're seeking is seeking because they're draining themselves with their old belief systems that they're refusing to let go. Mentality tells you have to keep fighting. But then at the same time, you're fighting for something. There's no reason this person would be fighting. Are you getting different interpretations?
No.
I move it like it takes me an hour to do a reading, and I'm okay with that because I know they're gonna get real like answers and very specific answers. King of Cups, reverse, coldness, moodiness, bad advice. That was the funky energy I was getting. But then you've been attracting more of what they're putting out. And it's but then if we ways to stop being to letting their past control dictate their present. We're trying to build a legacy and don't know how. What are you getting?
I'm trying to build a legacy in it.
Yeah, help that you move fast. You have a moon sign with a moon sign that moves fast.
Okay.
Read through it.
I am.
You're gonna be with me Monday, and I'm gonna need keep it together because even though I'm gonna be breathing through it, the emotions that I don't want, will I like it or not? And I could repress them, but I will not. I will let them. I will feel them and release them. I'm gonna be completely honest with me the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was being honest with you. But you've had other people do your and something tells me you're gonna be one of the greatest leaders in the world one day. To get talk from you because you're so humble about it. Wow, you became a tarot reader. I'd say you really became a tarot reader. How you do it? And I sit here and watch it. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna ask a question. question. Yeah. Okay. Balancing my emotions with my logic, or oh yeah, and I'm still learning that. However, when I first point, I was like a ticking time bomb of emotions, and I was taking out on others. So when I had people show an example to me to not let me just tell you, I was like, no fucking way. So when I started practicing it, I tried to make excuses as to why. Then I realized if I wanted to have my family completely reunited, I saw my abusive ex a day or two ago or 3 days ago, and surface it looked like I was calm. I was able to think more clearly, of course. However, inside my heart started calling me heart attack after heart attack. So I'm still cultivating that skill. If any of you have any tips on how to um, not to overcome the abuse of a narcissist. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna have to. That's gonna do what it do. And I'm not gonna say anything the whole time because you got this.
First card is Ace of Cups. Reverse. Emotional loss, block creativity, emptiness. Lack of inner joy, smugness, dissatisfaction. Looking ahead, expansion. Looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. Worse. Next card is Nine of Cups.
Okay.
That's reverse. Moodiness, disappointment. The next card is Strength. inner strength, bravery, compassion, focus. The next card is King of Wands. Impulsiveness. So, the Knight of Cups. You know that and you're disappointed. You can find your inner strength to change that. It is expanding. And at the moment, you feel aggression because you feel you have lack of control. Making you and defending what you believe.
Let's just yeah.
And to change such things.
Yeah. I'm still learning my karma cards. Wow.
You have to make a decision. I remember so planned the fated life versus the destiny life. You have to.
How can you tell the difference?
How you can tell the difference is destiny is following your soul.
Answer calls theory.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the fate?
Spirit and source is telling me you know that there's a whisper. The soul whispers to you when you know it's fate. So listen to your soul.
You know that that voice, the soul voice is telling you to make a move. I'm scared. What can you with your cards? What would you suggest? What's a baby step I can take?
Good question. It's so the baby step is
How?